Tonight's broadcast is about to begin. Thank you for joining us on Cedar Creek Media.
This is J.D. Bird. You are listening to Mabank Sports here on Cedar Creek Media.
It's showtime!
And hello, everybody, and welcome into another edition of Mabank Athletics right here on the Mabank Athletics YouTube channel, presented, of course, by Cedar Creek Media. As always, I'm Taylor Honey.
I'm J.D. Bird.
And we are Cedar Creek Media, and we are really hot in our own headphones. There we go. I think that's better for us there, J.D. All right, well, we are here for another cross-county showdown. Now, I know technically Mabank ISD is not all Henderson County and everything, but you know what I mean. There are close neighbors. It is the Athens Lady Hornets, and as you also kind of hear, we're outside.
Very much outside.
So we're outside enjoying it. So, again, there's going to be probably some wind. We're going to be fighting throughout this broadcast. We're going to try and do our best to try and shield that away from you and those kind of things, but can't guarantee quite
no
anything.
promises.
Yeah, no promises, just like that one right there. We are expecting some wind throughout the night. As we've all seen, there's some swirling storms around California, of course. Imagine that, California causing another problem, JD. But I'm sorry, we're so loud I couldn't hear there's a national anthem going on, so let's go ahead and recognize the national anthem. All right, again, sorry, we had our headphones up so loud I couldn't even really hear what the stadium announcer was saying over there.
Caught in our own little world.
Now, I don't want to swear to it, but I do believe those were the dulcet tones of Nick Jordan. I've heard Nick's voice quite a few times in my life, and I do believe that's who it was. But let's go ahead and run down the batting order here for you tonight. We leading off is going to be Henderson, followed by Marker, Mixon, Phillips, Davis, Groom. Groom also going to be on the mound. Then you've got Barnes, Jakeway, and Gherkin. So those are going to be your batters to lead your Mabank Lady Panthers here tonight. Of course, they are on the road, so they will be starting out from the batting box. So they will be starting off against Mia Tinsley. Tinsley going to be climbing out on the mound to do the dealing for the Lady Hornets. And again, we're outside. We're kind of at a bit of an angle, so just know things might not be perfect here tonight, but can't ever turn down a opportunity to come broadcast a Mabank versus Athens game. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? So as we did mention, it's going to be Avery Henderson starting things off from the plate for the Lady Panthers. She, of course, is a on-base machine and a speedster. Pretty much anytime she gets on base, she is dangerous to be going around the base paths. So we'll see what she's got started off with as we are just about ready to get it underway here. Now, you might not, we couldn't put up a crowd noise mic tonight, but we are close to the dugout, so you're probably going to hear the ladies of the Lady Panthers as well. So, all right, so here we go. Tinsley setting up for her first pitch over to Henderson. Going to be taken for a strike. Going to be right at the numbers. pretty close. Left-handed batter, Henderson. Again climbs into the box. Tinsley delivers. That time going to be shoulder high and called ball. Even things up, 1-1 here. Just tuning in, just getting started. Don't worry, you haven't missed much. Nothing here in the top of the first. Again, Tinsley going to deliver. That one looked like it was maybe an off-speed pitch, but it does sail a little high again. Henderson now in control, 2-1. That one going to be low. Trying to change the batting eye was Tinsley, but unfortunately for her, just a little too low on the offering. We see she works rather quickly as well, so she's already climbing back on the rubber. And this one going to be high as well. Oh, no. I'm going to say right at the numbers. Looked a little high from this angle, but man behind the plate's got a better view of it, of course. Next pitch from Tinsley, going to be smacked. Finds the second baseman, going to be safe, so that's speed.
Able to run it out.
Yeah, Henderson able to beat out the infield single there. So that will give the Lady Panthers a man on, nobody out. And brings up, sorry, my papers are shuffling here. Okay, JoJo Marker. Ended up with Athens in front of me somehow. I'm telling you, the wind over here is something strange. So JoJo, another sophomore. Right-handed batter, so righty on righty matchup here. First pitch going to be up around the face mask, called a ball. You can see Athens giving a lot of respect to Henderson and her base stealing abilities. That time, I believe it was just a bit outside for Tinsley. Will be now 2-0 on Marker. And Henderson going to get caught, but see what they say. No, able to hold on and make the play there are the Lady Hornets. So Henderson kind of got stuck in an awkward spot, not able to get back to first, so had to charge towards second and will be caught stealing. So that will clear the bases, but still a 3-0 count here for Marker, trying to get right back, or put Mabank right back in position and maybe scratch across a run here. And that one going to be right down the heart. As you hear, 3-1 count, hitters count. Marker waiting on the pitch. Tinsley, gets a tip. So Marker stays, well, I guess you would have stayed alive anyway, but
fills out the count.
Fills out the count in more dramatic fashion than just taking the strike. So Tinsley looking to get the strikeout here and is going to lose her. Pitch high, so Marker will take the free pass. That brings up the catcher, Trinity Mixon. Hitting in the 3-hole slot tonight. Tinsley ready to give her first offering. Going to be high. And again, playing a game at first base is Marker. A little more cautiously.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Pitch number 2. That one's going to be hit over to third. Play will be made, but it will advance the runner to second. So ground out for Mixon will bring up Phillips, Savannah Phillips. Of course, we saw her connect with a big hit the last time we saw them play against Scurry Rosser. Looking to duplicate the effort. 2 outs. Still got Marker hanging out on second. First pitch from Tinsley, going to be high. Marker again going to kind of dance around over on second base, but does get back. Waiting pitch number 2 here. That one's going to be hit, going to be almost snared at third, but eating it there is the third baseman. I'm sorry for Athens. I don't quite have everything marked down here. Number 6.
Teeman.
There you go. Appreciate it. That's the thing about those lineup cards. They come out about 4 or 5 minutes before game starts. You are scrambling to get down everything you can.
Yes.
So
High again on the first pitch.
Yeah, and that one was Callie Davis as she's taking her cuts now. So 1-0 to her. We saw her hit the hardest ball we saw. Well, maybe besides that home run we saw from Scurry Rosser, but
inside on that one, ball behind the catcher.
Yeah, so
that'll advance the runners.
Yeah, wild pitch. So it moves Phillips up to second and puts Marker on third. So big opportunity, gets even bigger now for Callie Davis. 1-0 count, so has the opportunity to be selective here. One 0 pitch on the way, and Davis thought about it, pulled back. No harm, no foul. Now just 2-1. Tinsley sets and readies, fires. That one's going to be chopped. Slow roller, and that'll finish it off. So we saw a couple of singles, a walk, a couple of ground outs, and a caught stealing, and that is the way the top of the first half goes. Let's go ahead and take a short break. We'll come back with the bottom of the inning right after this. Hey, Mom and Dad, what's one of the most overlooked safety features in a car? Everyone checks for seatbelts, turn signals, and airbags, but when's the last time you checked your son or daughter's tire tread? K&S Tires and 7 Points cares about your family's automotive safety and offers a full line of quality tires installed by a team of experts to help give you peace of mind as your loved ones drive to work, school, or run errands around town. Stop by K&S Tire today, just south of the light in 7 Points, and let them help keep your family safe on the roadways all year long. K&S Tires, great tires at wholesale prices.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the UIL.
All right, so finalizing getting those positions, making sure I had everything correct. So let's go ahead and set the defense now for your Mabank Lady Panthers. Now this is going to be out of order. It's going to be in the batting order, but Avery Henderson going to be over at center field, JoJo Marker at short, Mixon at catcher, Savannah Phillips going to be at third, Callie Davis at first, Groom going to be pitching, Emmy Barnes in right field, Gherkin going to be in left field, and Fernandez over at second. All right, so first pitch from Groom. Going to not catch the plate. So 1-0. Emery, a junior. Foul. Going to get high and gets behind the net and back into the stands. So no harm, no foul for them.
Does even things up, though, 1-1.
It does. And by the way, up at the plate is Abby Marquez, or Marquez, I believe it is. Anybody who knows Marquez, Texas knows it's just one of them things. Gets stuck in your head even though it's not spelled anywhere near like Marquez. But Marquez going to take strike number 2 as you saw. So Groom just one strike away here from setting down the first batter. Going to be slapped and collected. Fernandez not quite able to turn it around and get it over in time, but do a good job of keeping it on the infield. So it'll be 1 on, no outs, and it will bring up, that is Brooklyn Pierce. Lefty stands in the box, waiting for Groom's first pitch. Slap, collected by Phillips, throws down. Oh, going to be thrown out into the outfield, and Athens going to have a free run at it. It's going to be a 1-run score. And Pierce going to round all the way up to third. There was nobody really quite at first yet. That's a matter of fact, that's what Callie Davis and Fernandez were talking about right there, is covering the bag. Fernandez was on her way, but just reacted a little too late, and so threw things off just a tiny bit. But that's just those growing pains you go through in the early part of the year. Get it all knocked out early.
Yeah, still getting in the groove.
Exactly. So first pitch here from Groom. Going to be a little high. Batter now is Ava Pugh. Shows bunt, pulls back. You notice she is a slap ball hitter. She chokes up way on that bat, holding the top part of the handle, trying to shoot something over into left field. Looks like she's actually going to drop the hands this time. It's going to be a strike at the numbers.
Good strike.
Yeah, good job by Mixon to collect it. Popped out of the glove a little bit, but she was able to collect it quickly. Look back, Pierce there. So 1-2 here on Pugh. She's going to send one out into the outfield. Henderson going to come up, make the play. Gets the ball in quickly enough. That is a good job there by Avery Henderson, able to get the fly out and turn around, fire it in quickly enough to Mixon to hold off the runner. So that will be the first out of the inning here for your Mabank Lady Panthers. And that will now bring up Tinsley, who again is the pitcher here for the Lady Hornets. Mia taking her first cuts from the batter's box. Groom's first pitch was a some kind of breaking ball. Looked like it just fell out of her hand a little bit there. Just tells you how strong she is with that pitching arm, that it fell out of her hand and still was only a foot away from the plate. Next pitch, going to be slapped, gets out into right field. That will score a run, but the Lady Panthers able to get it in quickly to JoJo Marker, so that will slow things down. So Tinsley going to get credit for the single and the RBI. Brought Pierce home to score. Score now 2-0. 1 down, 1 on. And you have got Michaela Murray up to bat. First pitch going to be outside, or off the strike zone at least. I actually skipped one. That is Carnes. Layla Carnes that is at bat right now. Pitch is going to get past. That is going to allow Tinsley to scoot up a few feet. So now Carnes going to have a runner in scoring position to try and send home. Again, we're fighting the elements out here tonight, so apologize if there is some screaming wind coming through. Next pitch from Groom, going to be called a strike. I liked it too. At first, he looked like he was really debating, but ends up calling the strike. So 2-1 now. Again, Groom trying to climb back into this. He's got some baggage back at second base, not second plate. Next pitch going to be fouled, and Mixon able to get the catch, so foul out. That helps things along. Now, Michaela Murray will step up. 2 gone now here in the bottom of the first. Athens built up a 2-0 lead here. First pitch from Groom going to be slapped and foul. Rolls back innocently towards the street. Murray awaiting the second pitch now from Groom, and here it is on its way. Going to be low, skips. Great job by Mixon, able to dig it out of the dirt. Well, actually, more correctly, the turf there.
The turf, yeah.
Murray is going to foul another one. So obviously, liking what she's seeing, swinging, just not quite able to flatten things out. So 1-2 here. Groom trying to get out of the inning. And, going to be just off the plate. Good pitch. Really made Murray think about that one. Now Groom with the payoff and gets her. So drop third strike, but Mixon able to throw it down to Davis, and it counts just like any other. So after one, Athens able to get a slim lead, 2-0. But I think the ladies of Mabank have something to say about it. We'll go ahead and take a short break, and we'll come back and talk more about it right after this.
Parks Environmental Services, located on 405 West Mason Street, provides customer service-driven experience that counts. They offer erosion control services such as rock filter dams and retaining walls, soil stabilization services like hydro seeding and sodding, as well as construction services such as land clearing and subdivision maintenance. Call Parks Environmental Services, the erosion control specialist, at 214-693-8056. And for any forestry mulching needs, call Right-of-Way Land Clearing at the same number. Again, that's 214-693-8056. Parks Environmental Services, putting it down to protect your ground.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, back to it here, ready to get the top half of the second inning started. Going to be Emery Groom, the pitcher, climbing in, trying to give herself a little run support to start again the top of the second inning here. Looks like everything is going to stay the same in Hornet land defensively. First pitch from Tinsley, going to catch the plate. Strike number one. Something we hadn't seen from either pitcher a whole lot yet tonight is that first pitch strike.
Yeah, getting ahead early.
Second pitch from Tinsley, going to be low below the knee. Evens things up. 1-1 here. Groom swung at a higher pitch there. Fouled it back, but not able to get a whole lot on it. So it'll be now 1-2. Going to have to be protective of the strike zone here. She's going to slap one past third.
Nice.
They say it stays fair. ends up all the way in the corner in left field. Oh, she thought about running. If she would have went, she would have had the second base, but got to be smart, especially here in the second inning. Just goes ahead and satisfied with her one. But that does give you a runner on first with no outs. We'll send Emmy Barnes, the right fielder, up to the batter's box to take her first cuts. First pitch to Barnes, going to be smacked right back to the pitcher. Tinsley couldn't quite hang on to it, and it turns into an infield single for Emmy Barnes. So two batters so far here in the top of the second. 2 singles. We'll bring up Journey Jakeway. Journey was a big part of the volleyball team this year as well, so good to see her performing again. Feels like it's been so long since volleyball season.
Yeah, right.
She showed bunt but pulled back. Pitch gets away, and that will advance the runners now to second and third. Jakeway was also able to get the bat back out of the way, so it's called a ball. So big spot here. Junior Jakeway waiting on the pitch. Hits one. It's in the air and almost doubled off, but not quite able to hang on to it was the second baseman there. I apologize, don't quite. But it will bring up the left fielder, Gherkin. That you saying that was number 2, so that was Murray. That was not quite able to hang on to it. Like we said, it does bring up Gherkin. Haley takes a strike on the first pitch. But again, just 1 out. Runners on second and third. So a big chance here for the 9-hole hitter. Did you hear the girls from Mabank cheering her up there? Or not cheering her up, but pepping her on. Looks like there's actually going to be a meeting here between the infield and Tinsley. So Tinsley just not quite liking what she was seeing or feeling. So I guess she wants to talk it through with the teammates real quick. As she gets ready to climb back up here, and she is back in the circle and ready to continue. So 1 strike so far on Gherkin, 0-1. Ready for pitch number 2. That one going to be high. So again, Haley has really a chance to try and even things up here, but if you play the small ball, you can still get 1 home. And going to be a high pitch, gets past, but ends up resulting in nothing. I believe that's Pierce that's back behind the plate for the Lady Hornets.
Can't quite see the number.
Well, I'm basing it on the fact that she's got the catcher strapped down her back and it's covering her whole number. So I'm thinking that's number 1. As that gets really close to us, felt like I almost had a play and be made there.
Yeah, right.
That brought back memories of 5th grade. The one time I almost had a chance to catch a foul ball at a professional game, it bounced right in front of me. I couldn't judge it. So I'm telling you, 5th grade just flashed back before my eyes right there. 2-2 pitch going to be hit, and Tinsley couldn't quite hang on to it. So it's going to be safe all around. Reaching on an error there and collecting an RBI is Haley Gherkin. And now Mabank has batted around through the order, so it's going to bring up the leadoff man, or woman, I should say, Avery Henderson. She reached on a single back just in the top of the last inning, working that righty-lefty matchup. First pitch will be called a ball. And actually a steal as well on the play, as Gherkin was able to move up to second base. So quickly I didn't even see it until I looked up and noticed she wasn't on first.
Yeah, I know, right?
Next pitch, going to be high.
Yeah, no, they're going to call it a strike.
Oh, no, he gives his strike calls a little bit late, so I got to kind of lay off it a second. So evening it up. And that one going to be well outside. Play going to be at the plate. And 2 runs going to score on the pass ball. So how about that?
That is a way to
That'll work out.
that's a way to get yourself in a good position right there.
Yeah, so Barnes and Gherkin both able to take advantage and come around and score runs. So Mabank now going to take the lead here in the top of the second, 3-2. And still have Avery Henderson up at the bat. So how about that? We were talking about RBI opportunities for her, and she didn't even get to take them.
Didn't even get a chance.
They're off the board before she had the chance.
Good heads up running there by base
Gherkin,
runners.
absolutely. Yeah. Coming all the way in from second to score. That's a big deal. And I'm telling you, we always say so, but it's going to take some adjusting of being able to watch the base runners, what's happening in the box, everything all at once. We'll get there, folks. I already feel better about this one than the last one. But all right, so Henderson 2-1, showed a bunt, pulled back. Again, with the blazing speed of Avery Henderson, she doesn't really have to put a real charge into the bat. If she can just put it into play, there's always an opportunity for her to get on base. It's actually how we saw her get on base in that first inning.
One, yeah.
And again shows the bunt, again pulls back. And that will be a walk. So 2 ABs, 2 times on the plate for Avery Henderson. It will bring up JoJo Marker. She also reached back in the first, but hers was by a walk, excuse me.
Avery, be smart on the bases.
So looking to be a hitter here is Marker. First pitch going to be well high. Henderson doing a much better job of paying attention for that back throw this time. Racing the coaching staff there. That's unfair. So, Athens taking a moment to talk things through. Saw their lead disappear immediately after getting it. Able to build up a 2-0 advantage again in the bottom of the first. And it's really not been anything too crazy on the Mabank side that's been able to get these runs. It's just playing controlled ball, allowing things to happen as they do, and not getting ahead of yourself, So
yeah, playing the small ball, playing smart, just playing textbook almost, if that's what you want to call it, man. Like just really paying attention to what they're doing and not letting themselves get out of control.
That's it. All right, so back to work. Here is Tinsley. Gonna be a strike there on Marker. Evens things up at 1-1. This time, Marker gonna hit it back behind her. Ends up just trickling up over the top of the net, back into the crowd, so that will set up the 1-2 pitch here. And matter of fact, I believe Marker was in the same position back in the first inning. She was down 1-2 and ended up taking a walk. So let's see what she does here. She's again going to take a swing. That was a good pitch, so I had to fight it away. Just wasn't quite able to straighten it out. So another 1-2 pitch going to be coming up here from Miss Mia Tinsley. She's on the rubber, goes into the motion. And that one going to be well hit, but not quite straight enough as it ends up flying out of the left field fence there. honestly, I was trying to remember what Nick Jordan said this place was called. I remember there is a specific name for this stadium. I just can't remember what it was. Had a brain fart live there on the air as this time Marker going to go down swing and took a mighty cut, just not able to make contact. So that will be the second out of the inning. We'll bring up the catcher, Trinity Mixon. Mixon grounded out in her first AB, so looking to reach reach base for the first time here tonight. First pitch going to be high and a little outside for ball one. Mabank trying to keep the rally alive here. Again, Avery Henderson, the speedster, on first. Just waiting for an opportunity. Second pitch going to be well struck and lands just outside of the right field line there. 2-3 feet over to the left. That would have been a whole lot of trouble for the Lady Hornets.
I'd be willing to bet even from this first base position that she's got herself on, that could have been a scoring position for Miss Henderson.
Absolutely. Next pitch going to be low, but does get away from the catcher there. I believe, again, that's Pierce that is doing the catching. So it gets away from her. We'll put Henderson up on second base. But 1-2 count now on Mixon. So has to defend the plate. Delivery from Tinsley, gonna hit her. Catches her right across the front of the thigh. And Henderson was trying to take a cheeky little base there. The umpire catches her, sends her back. Hey, I don't blame her. Try it.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I don't know. I think she was going to be running on that one regardless.
Yeah.
And just kind of was like, oh, well, I was already going. That is going to bring up the junior leader here, Savannah Phillips. Again, she can mash. You put it in the right spot. That one's going to be called a strike. Did seem a little high, but Savannah ripped a single down the third baseline in her first AB, trying to replicate that.
That one well high.
Yeah, that one up above the helmet there. Not literally above the helmet, but above the helmet line. It wasn't a brushback pitch or anything like that. So even things up 1-1. Tinsley's pitch going to be well struck out to left center and can't be caught. And Phillips going to get all the way up to second. And, Mixon able to come all the way around from first and score. So a little bit of wind. That one might have had a chance, but just not quite able to make the play out there in left field.
Yeah, we'll bring in 2 runs there for Mabank. Extend their lead even further.
That was Michaela Murray out there not quite able to hold on to it. I did see it's actually number 4 playing second base. I had that mixed up. But it does send Callie Davis up again. First pitch to her was a called ball.
Yeah, in the dirt there on the first one. Well, in the turf, I guess.
In the turf. And that one going to be inside to Davis. Got Phillips hanging out on second still. A 5 spot here now on the top of the second. Davis trying to continue that. Takes a big rip. Foul. It's going to be caught, though. That is the first baseman there, Layla Carnes, able to come over and make the play. But the damage was done. 5 runs scored in the top of the second. Let's go ahead and take a short break. We'll come back with the bottom of the inning right after this.
Kylie with Double K Photography will help you never forget all those special occasions, wedding and maternity photos, as well as family and senior portraits, just to name a few. With over 5 years of professional experience, Kylie can transform your wildest dreams into reality with pricing options available to fit every budget. Contact Kylie by email to book today at hello@doubleKphotography.studio or online at www.doublekphotography.studio, where you can also see samples from Kylie's previous works and client testimonials. Double K Photography, a proud supporter of Mabank Athletics.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Texas. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, back here, Cedar Creek Media, ready to get the bottom of the second inning underway. Athens was able to capture a 2-0 lead after one, but Mabank comes back again, puts up a 5 spot in the top of the second, actually batted all the way around through the order. So let's see what the Lady Hornets have in store as an answer. Going to be the same defensive setup for your Lady Panthers. And again, it is Emery Groom out on the mound. It's going to be Piper Palmer starting off the half of the inning for Lady Hornets. First pitch is going to be an off-speed pitch. Catches a big part of the plate, and Palmer just wasn't quite ready for that. Takes strike number 1. We've talked about that a few times, that first pitch strike so important in these high school baseball games and softball games, excuse me. Tried to go with the off-speed again. That time doesn't quite work out. Coach Currington yelling out some defensive sets. As now Groom comes set. Pitch is, that one going to be low. Dug out by Mixon. So after starting off with a first pitch strike, now down 2-1 here is Groom. Have to battle back into this AB. Next one.
Looks like a little low again there.
Little low again. So hitters count now 3-1 for Piper Roberts. Palmer, goodness. Telling you.
Couldn't figure that one out, huh?
Sometimes I can't read my own writing. And
That's
that
a good
one,
pitch.
Yeah, right under the numbers there for Groom. So climbs right back into it. 3-2 here. Let's see if she keeps with the heat. Goes back to some junk. Ball's going to be hit up in the air, and Marker steps up and able to make the play. So innocent little fly out right in front of second base. Well, that answers that question. It definitely was not Brooklyn Pierce back there catching. That was number 13, Christina Roberts. So, again, I was just going off the fact that her backstrap covered her number, but I'm just now realizing that I believe it was her hair that was covering her number as well. And she's going to slap one. It was a hot shot, but it ends up going just foul. So 0-1. Nobody on, one out. And, I think it died just a little too soon, as the umpire really wanted to give that strike there, but ended up bouncing off the back half of the dish there. So, all right, next pitch from Groom. Going to be a called strike. So 1-2, Groom in control of the AB here. Excuse me. All right, and off-speed pitch going to be hacked on there by Roberts, or hacked at by Roberts. She wasn't ready for the speed change, was lucky just to get a little piece of it to avoid the strikeout. So another payoff pitch coming up here for Groom. She gets set, kicks, fires, and gets the K. Just blows it right by. So that will be 2 outs now here in the inning. Mabank looking for the shutdown inning after going up 5-2 in the top. Is going to bring up number 6, Tinley Tiemann. Tiemann, the 9-hole hitter. Going to look to extend the half inning for Athens. First pitch going to bounce on the front half of the plate this time. So again, just not quite enough power to get it all the way across, but it's kind of again, an off-speed pitch, so not trying to really just slang it in there,
Yeah, just trying to get them looking at something a little different.
And that one's
and then you throw that right there.
So that was a hot shot right across the numbers. That evens things back up at 1-1. Looks like she's going to have no fears about going right at the 9-hole hitter here. Another pitch looked like it was close to the same spot, but just a little too elevated. 2-1 now. After waiting on the signals, now here we go. And big cut and a miss. So 2-2 now, the count on Tiemann. She's going to have to stay aggressive, cut at anything close. And strike 3 going to be a swinging one, but dropped. Mixon throws it over. Davis makes the catch, preserves the strikeout. So that is only one time through the lineup for Athens in the first 2 innings. And again, it looked like they were going to have a little run to start it, but Mabank heating up here in the, I guess can't say the later innings, here in the early innings. Let's go ahead and take another short break. We'll come back right after this here on Cedar Creek Media.
For nearly 30 years, Carrie Harris Satellite has been the Lake area's trusted satellite and internet retailer by putting the customer and their needs first. And we here at Cedar Creek Media can attest to that. I'm JD Bird with Cedar Creek Media, and we're not just partners, we're customers of Carrie Harris Satellite, and can't recommend him and his friendly team highly enough. Stop by Carrie Harris Satellite in Athens today and ask how they can get you set up with Dish, Spectrum, Starlink, Boost Mobile, and more at 103 La Costa Street in Athens, or call 903-677-9522. Again, that's 903-677-9522.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, back to it here, Cedar Creek Media. Taylor Honey, JD Bird hanging out with you on a Friday night. Mabank hanging on to a 5-2 lead. Going to be stepping back up to the plate for the second time in a row to start the inning. It's going to be your pitcher, Emery Groom. So Mabank going to be looking to tack on a few insurance runs here in the top of the third. First pitch from Tinsley going to be low. Starts Groom out 1-0. Got the pitcher-on-pitcher duel going here. As Tinsley comes set, delivers. That one going to be in the basket there for a called strike. Climbing back into the box now, ready for the third pitch of the AB. That one going to be high for another ball, so 2-1, back in control is Groom. And that one going to be slapped at, hit foul. Evens things back up, 2-2 now. So again, Groom going to have to stay a little aggressive here at the plate, protect anything close. As Tinsley comes set, delivers, going to be high, so good eye there. I'm telling you, I was a really bad two-strike hitter because I'd be so anxious that everything was going to be right there. I ended up swinging anyway. So that's one thing about the athletes of Mabank. They've always been very disciplined, no matter what sport it is. As the 3-2 is going to be a free pass for Groom. Looked like it was pretty good north and south. Must have been a little outside. That will bring up Emmy Barnes, the right fielder. Singled and came around to score a run back in the top of the second. Going to try and replicate her success here. But again, a man on first. First pitch going to be a called strike. Tinsley again. Fires down, and that one going to be below the knee and called the ball. Evens count back up at 1-1. Next pitch, going to be behind, gets past the catcher there, and that will be a free pass up to second base for Groom. Able to get there standing up. And it's now a 2-1 count here on Barnes. Getting 1 for 1 so far tonight. Trying to extend that out. She knocks one up past the shortstop. Just not quite able to get the full glove on it. And not a clean handle out in left field either. So that ends up being an extra base. And we'll go ahead and call it a double for Emmy Barnes. So halfway to the cycle, only in the top of the third inning. Has a single and a double now, and it will bring up Journey Jakeway. She flew out in her first AB, so she's seeing the hit party going around and is wanting to join it. Has ladies at second and third. First pitch to her going to be high. No outs. Pitch number 2 of the AB on its way and going to be smashed by Jakeway out into center. Oh. It is snared, but overthrow allows Mabank to not be doubled off. But I'm telling you, that was a hot shot. Just a nice snag out in center field. I believe that was number 5, Marquez. I'm not 1,000% positive. My eyes are not that good, so.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what you want right there from an at-bat. I mean, other than hoping that it maybe falls a little bit sooner to be able to catch in front of that. But, man, great swing of the ball and great contact.
Now here's Haley Gherkin. She was able to reach on an error and picked up an RBI in the process. Well, I guess not technically an RBI, but I scored it as one for her. Also came around and scored a run. Took a first pitch strike, now waiting on pitch number 2. That one's going to be high. Still got runners on second and third, just the 1 out. Barnes and Groom hanging out on base. Next pitch, going to be swung on. Just not quite able to send it anywhere. There was Gherkin. I believe she did end up getting a little piece of it, just a foul tip piece, but not enough to really be significant. 1-2 here, and that one's going to be hit. Shortstop able to make the play. Off the bag, though, is the first baseman there, Carnes. had to scoot over a little bit as the throw from Ava Pugh pulled her off the bag just ever so slightly. But it was enough space for Gherkin to be able to get in, and it actually scored a run as well, I believe.
Yes, it did.
I just haven't got it up on the board. There it is. So now it's up on the board. It will bring up Avery Henderson for her third at-bat of just the first 3 innings. 1 out, runners on the corners. First pitch to her, going to be bunted. Henderson on her horse, and everybody's going to be safe as Athens couldn't throw behind Barnes there. Barnes does a good job being able to get back behind the play and get back to her base.
That'll load things up here.
Yeah, so now officially 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a walk is Avery Henderson. We'll bring up JoJo Marker. She had a walk in the first, went down on strikes in the second. So also looking to get in the hit club and got all the ducks on the pond to do it with. First pitch going to be fouled and ends up falling down innocently to the turf. Looked a little scary there for a second.
I don't know if we call that turf. That looked like I was right into Athens dugout right there. Just trying to send a message over there.
Yeah, it was raining softballs there for a second. So again, bases loaded, just 1 out here, so a big chance for the shortstop Marker. Pitch is going to be just a little inside for Tinsley. Tinsley gets back on the rubber, waiting to deliver the 1-1. Here he comes. Going to be low and inside for another ball. And again, does not have room to play with the bases loaded. So Marker should see a couple of good pitches here in this at-bat. That one going to be high. So now the hitters count at 3-1. Now you've got to be extremely selective about what you are going to swing at. But if it's there, give it a ride. And that one's going to be well high, so that will be a walk. The second free pass allowed to Marker.
And that'll bring in yet another run this inning.
It will. So Mabank, after building up again a 5-2 lead in the second inning, able to tack on a couple of insurance runs. Now the lead up to 5, 7-2 your score. Looks like Athens again going to have a little talk about it. Whenever they come back up to bat, it's going to be the catcher, Trinity Mixon, stepping back up to the plate. So far, Trinity was grounded out and was hit by a pitch. When she was hit by a pitch, she did come around to score. So has been a part of the offense, even though she doesn't have an official at-bat yet. Or, excuse me, doesn't have a hit yet. Excuse me. So Tinsley still on the mound. This time, Mixon going to go right at her. Catches a piece, but does foul it back. Base is still loaded. Pitch number 2 on the way. That one's going to be high for ball 1. It's Gherkin over on third, Henderson on second, Marker on first. The 1-1 here to Mixon, going to be high. It was a good job there by Roberts, able to pull that down. Sorry, the wind is obviously kicking up my allergies. I'm coughing and sneezing over here all over the place. Next pitch, also going to be high. That one about chin level. So Tinsley having a little trouble finding the plate here. And oof, that was inside. Yeah, I think that one just kind of snuck up on Mixon. Would have been a ball, but it was inside. She kind of just reacted and ended up throwing the bat out, caught a piece. So it fills the count out, 3-2. And going to be another walk. And it will bring up Savannah Phillips. And it looks like Athens going to have another little discussion here. Let's see if they decide to stick with it. Tell you
Last time Phyllis was up the plate, she went yard on it. So
yeah, she smacked it. We'll tell you what, while they're taking a short little break, let's take us a very short break. Be right back in 15 seconds.
Golden Chick's new Golden Bowl is so big, it's a whole lot of yes and a whole lot of yum. So if you like big bowls, then we cannot lie. The new loaded mashed potato bowl is a whole lot of Golden Chick, a big bowl you can't deny.
All right, so still not entirely sure what the plan is here for Athens. But it is now 3 runs in the top of the third for an 8-2 lead for your Lady Panthers. Looks like they are going to leave Tinsley out on the mound, let her work through it. Still working with bases loaded. That was Gherkin that came in to score. So Henderson now on third as Phillips hits one softly over to shortstop. Pugh able to make one, but it ends up turning into an RBI fielder's choice for Phillips. Will be now the 4th run. It's Henderson able to get all the way down home. So 2 outs. Callie Davis at the plate, still with the Lady on third and second. First pitch going to be smashed and gets through the hole between third and short. It's going to score 1, and Davis going to chug all the way up to 2 for a double. So RBI double, first hit of the game for Callie Davis. And it will bring Emery Groom back up to the plate. This is her second time batting in the inning. Was able to reach first on a walk earlier in the 3-out set here. Takes a strike on pitch number 1. Tinsley comes set, delivers. Going to be a big swing, but foul there for Emery. Down 0-2. I think at this point she's just saying, okay, it's cool. Let's cut it loose. Let's have a little fun here.
Let's get it going.
See if we can hit one of these houses back here. That was always the goal back in the day, right?
Absolutely.
Try and hit it over the fence and hit a neighbor's house. That pitch going to be low. Umpire thought about calling that strike there for a second, but holds off. So count now 1-2. Still got runners second and third. Next pitch going to be smoked. Pugh picks it up at shortstop, able to throw it across, and that will end the inning. But again, damage being done by the Lady Panthers. Another 5 spot, now holding a 10-2 lead going into the bottom of the third. Let's go ahead and take another short break. We'll come back right after this here on Cedar Creek Media.
Jeff Van Horn and his team at Precision Spray Foam want to help you protect your investments and potentially lower your energy bill with a new layer of insulating spray foam for your home, barndominium, or metal building. Why choose Precision Spray Foam? Because they can help deter moisture, improve comfort and air quality, and provide extra strength to your building for years to come, all while being environmentally friendly and cost effective. Jeff and his team make installation a breeze and can retrofit for any need. Call Precision Spray Foam today at 903-880-6323. That's 903-880-6323 for your free estimate today. Precision Spray Foam, part of the Van Horn Construction family and proud supporter of Mabank Athletics.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the UIL.
And back to it here. Again, Mabank holding on to a 10-2 lead after a couple of explosive innings here in the second and third. Trying for another shutdown. We're able to shut down Athens in the bottom of the second. Trying to get their consecutive one here. Second consecutive, that is. Leading things off for the Lady Hornets is going to be the leadoff hitter, Abby Marquez. Had to wait back and listen, make sure I was saying it right. Said it a couple different ways, so might as well
smart idea.
Wait and see what the folks that are here in Athens say, you know. So Marquez, her first trip resulted in a single, was one of the 2 runs that came across to score. The lefty waiting on the first pitch from Groom, gonna get it way up in the air. Mixon looked like she had a chance at it, but it does end up back in the bleachers for strike number 1. Groom ready for pitch number 2, and that one's going to be hit out towards center, and Henderson just not quite able to get to it, and that will be a stand-up double for Marquez, excuse me. You see, it's just burned into my mind to do it that way. So that puts a runner in scoring position to open up the frame. And we'll be bringing up Pierce. That is Brooklyn Pierce. First pitch, and she's going to try and slap it. Ends up going foul. See if she goes back to the slap or sticks in. And she is going to continue to try and slap. That one again going to go foul. So 0-2, both strikes coming from foul balls. See if she sticks in with a little bit more traditional approach here, or sticks with the slap style. She's going to stick with it, and that one going to be caught by Groom. So not able to get much on it. Flies out right back to the pitcher. That will be the first out of the inning. We'll bring up Ava Pugh. She flew out in her first AB back in the top of the first. 1 out, runner still hanging out on second. Groom just now going through the second pass through this Lady Hornet lineup. As first pitch going to be fouled back by Ava Pugh. I'm telling you, it's getting me, JD. It is getting me.
Wind must be bringing in something.
It's getting something. It's bringing in California, if anything.
Bringing in California.
That pitch going to be just a little too high. Yeah, no, when I was watching the news today, it said, yeah, everything's swirling in California. I said, oh, goodness. Something else for Texas to be mad at California about.
Yes,
you know?
I'm right.
1-1 on the way, going to be fouled. So 1-2 now the count on Pugh. They obviously think pretty highly of Miss Ava. Plays shortstop, hits in the 3-hole. So those are both traditional honors. 1-2 going to be high and gets past Mixon. That will advance Pierce up to, or excuse me, that will advance Marquez up to third. Will now be even back up at 2-2 here. See if Groom sticks with the same approach or changes things up just a bit here. And big cut, missed, dropped, but Mixon able to get it over. But there will be a run score as the drop third strike necessitated a throw over to first. And heads up, Lee. Marquez able to get over and get the run scored. So not quite the shutdown inning, but only one given up. 2 outs now. We'll bring up the pitcher, Mia Tinsley. Trying to get back a few of those runs. Gonna have to start the rally though with nobody on, 2 outs. First pitch gonna be off speed and they call it a ball. So we'll be working from down 1 in the count. Groom gets set, goes to the through to the plate, and again, they're going to say just a little low. So that off-speed pitch, having a little trouble clearing the knee to get that strike. Now she threw one with a little bit of heat, ends up being fouled back. Count now stands at 2-1. Again, Mabank trying to get out of the inning with only 1 run scored. Holding on to a 10-3 lead. Groom's next pitch. Ooh, that looked like it was in a real good spot, but just able to let it go there is Tinsley. So again, Groom set, delivers. That one's going to be struck well out towards left field and bounced to the wall. Still just now able to get it up into Marker's hands there. So it will be a 2-out double there for the pitcher, Mia Tinsley. We'll bring up the first baseman, Layla Carnes. Athens sitting with somebody in scoring position, trying to get back another one of those runs. And her first time up, Carnes fouled out. First pitch going to be high, called the ball. Again, Groom trying to get out of the inning with minimal damage done. Comes the 1-0 pitch. That one's going to be hit high in the air. Marker and Henderson both get in the area, but Henderson calls her off and able to make the play. So, again, Athens able to threaten. Looked like they might have had something brewing there in the bottom of the third, but Mabank able to shut it down and keep just the 1 run from score, or allowing only the 1 run to score there. So, after 3, it is 10-3, Mabank on top. We're going to take a short break, come back with the 4th inning right after this here on Cedar Creek Media.
Hey Mom and Dad, what's one of the most overlooked safety features in a car? Everyone checks for seatbelts, turn signals, and airbags, but when's the last time you checked your son or daughter's tire tread? K&S Tires and 7 Points cares about your family's automotive safety and offers a full line of quality tires installed by a team of experts to help give you peace of mind as your loved ones drive to work, school, or run errands around town. Stop by K&S Tire today, just south of the light in 7 Points, and let them help keep your family safe on the roadways all year long. K&S Tires, great tires at wholesale prices.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the UIL.
All right, here we go. Ready to get the top of the 4th going here. Mabank nursing a 10-3 lead, but looking to tack on a few more insurance runs after allowing the 1 run there in the bottom of the 3rd. Looks like things are going to stay the same for the Lady Hornets. Tinsley going to stay on the mound. Third trip to the plate here for Emmy Barnes. She has got a single and a double. scored a couple of runs actually. Looking to keep her offensive night going. First pitch going to be high, called a ball. One-oh pitch on the way. Going to be low, or excuse me, no, they're going to say at the knees. So strike called. Evens things up at 1-1 here. Again, so far, Barnes 2 for 2 from the plate, trying to extend that out. Going to be a high pitch. Puts her back in control at 2-1. And another high pitch. Going to now take things into the hitter's count. 3-1 here. Barnes gets set in the box, and here comes Tinsley. And going to be another high. Oh, no. They're going to call that one right at the numbers. So evens things up at 3-2. It's a good no swing there, in my opinion. 3-2 pitch, going to be well high, so that will be a walk. And that gives Mabank a lead runner for the, let's see, 3 out of the 4 innings now, so pretty good conversion right there.
Would be.
Journey Jakeway hits the first pitch she sees, foul. Oof. And close to a young man hanging out here. And if we're being honest, close to a guy that's not so young that's out here, me. So 0-1 count on Jakeway. Got Barnes hanging out at first. Pitch is going to be high and outside. Got away. Throw down is well behind Barnes. So Barnes able to get to second base relatively easily. And that one going to be smoked and gets over everybody. One hops the wall and turns into an RBI double for Journey Jakeway. Uh-oh, hope I didn't break anything. Sorry, my papers flew away from me. And I am not big or small enough to be able to fit down into the nook and cranny there. But yeah, big time hit there for Jakeway. With the power, one hopped it off the wall, now brings up Haley Gherkin. She's also had a pretty productive night. She shows the bunt, pulls back. Yeah, I looked down and my papers were just gone. I didn't see them, so I was looking around for them. All right, next pitch here. And that one going to be a called strike. Might be the best pitch we've seen so far from Tinsley all night, just in an unhittable spot. The 1-1 now on the way, and going to be cut on and missed. Gherkin's reached both times she's been up so far. Both of them are reaching on errors, though. Did score a run and had a run score because of her reaching on an error as well. As she's going to hit this one high in the air. Left fielder able to step up and make the play there. So that will be the first out. Keeps Jakeway stuck on second as well. I believe that is Michaela Murray out there playing left field. We'll bring out the leadoff hitter, Avery Henderson, 4th at-bat in 4 innings. So it's a pretty good little conversion right there.
Absolutely.
As the wind is starting to pick back up here and just fly my papers around everywhere, JD. First pitch going to be high. Jakeway thought about making a move over towards third base, but
Tell you what, if it would have went behind, she was there.
Yeah, she was already on it. She was halfway. So again, Lefty Henderson climbs back into the box, awaiting the pitch. Going to hit one. It ends up flying out towards left center, and Murray able to come up and make the play again and gets it in quickly to the infield. So first out of the night for Avery Henderson. And it will send JoJo Marker back up. Couple of walks and a strikeout so far for her. So officially 0 for 1 on the night. Has scored a run as well. She's going to hit one that goes well high, and Roberts able to squeeze it in foul territory. So another fly out. So Mabank going to go down relatively easily in the fourth inning. Only able to scratch across one, but it is an 11-3 lead as Athens will be taking their cuts when we come back right here if I am not choked out and dead over on the side.
Barks Environmental Services, located on 405 West Mason Street, provides customer service-driven experience that counts. They offer erosion control services such as rock filter dams and retaining walls, soil stabilization services like hydro seeding and sodding, as well as construction services such as land clearing and subdivision maintenance. Call Barks Environmental Services, the erosion control specialist, at 214-693-8056. And for any forestry mulching needs, call Right-of-Way Land Clearing at the same number. Again, that's 214-693-8056. Parks Environmental Services, putting it down to protect your ground.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, back to it here. Just about ready to get the bottom half of the inning going here. Leading off for the Athens Lady Hornets is going to be number 2, Michaela Murray. Left fielder, made a couple of nice catches there in the top half of the inning. Now going to try and show her skills with the bat. And her first time up to the plate was a strikeout victim. One of 4 such victims so far tonight for Miss Emery Groom. As balls are in, infield comes and gets set, and we are ready to get the bottom half of the inning underway. 11-3 lead for your Lady Panthers. Emery Groom comes and gets set. And here we go. First pitch of the half inning going to be tapped. Phillips able to step up, make the play, throws over to Davis. Nice stretch there by Davis. After a nice throw by Phillips, that's 1 pitch and 1 out for Miss Emery here in the bottom of the 4th. We'll bring up Piper Palmer. She flew out in the bottom of the 2nd. That was her lone AB so far tonight. 1 down, nobody on here for Groom. First pitch, gonna kind of fall out of her hand. I've seen that happen once or twice tonight when she's trying to throw that off-speed pitch, just not quite able to hold on to the grip. 1-0 pitch now on its way, gonna be hit, collected by Fernandez, kind of pushes it over to Callie Davis. No drama. So 1 pitch ground out in the first AB, 2 pitch ground out in the third AB. If I was a betting man, I'd say maybe a 3-pitch ground out here for Roberts. Now, this is the catcher, Christina Roberts, stepping up to the plate. She was a strikeout victim in her first AB. First pitch going to be tapped. Groom collects, throws over to Davis. Nice stretch. Oh! Collision at first was a clean play. Just two players colliding in with each other. It looked like Davis took the worst of it there. Kind of got smacked in the leg. Says something that makes everybody laugh. I'm not going to speculate, but says something that makes everybody laugh. Looks like everybody's good now. And that is another clean shutdown inning for the Lady Panthers. So after a full 4 innings, still 11-3. Let's take another short break. We'll come back right after this.
Kylie with Double K Photography will help you never forget all those special occasions, wedding and maternity photos, as well as family and senior portraits, just to name a few. With over 5 years of professional experience, Kylie can transform your wildest dreams into reality with pricing options available to fit every budget. Contact Kylie by email to book today at hello@doubleKphotography.studio or online at www.doubleKphotography.studio, where you can also see samples from Kylie's previous works and client testimonials. Double K Photography, a proud supporter of Mabank Athletics.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Texas. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
And back to it here, ready to get the top of the 5th underway. Mabank Lady Panthers so far been a nice showing for them. Hanging 11 here on the road in Athens. Going to try and add a few more insurance runs. It's going to be Trent Mixon stepping up to start off the half inning for the good guys here. Still going to be Tinsley on the mound. First pitch, going to say right above the knee for a strike. So able to get the important first strike here. Oh, sorry. That's what it is. That's falling down. There we go. Next pitch going to be smoked right over the top of second base there for a CNI single. Beautifully done there for Mixon. Her first hit of the game has reached twice on a walk and a hit by pitch. But her first true hit of the night comes in the top of the 5th. So nice. Now Savannah Phillips going to climb back into the box. She's had a pretty good night from the plate. A single, a double, and then was out on a fielder's choice, but ended up picking up an RBI in the process. So I would say it's a pretty successful outing so far for her tonight. Looking to continue it on. No outs, man on first. First pitch going to be high. So Tinsley still trying to straighten things out here. Ready for pitch number 2. That one going to be low for ball 2. So Tinsley going to have to work to get back into this AB. Phillips with the chance to be real selective is going to take a big hack. I actually like the decision. That was in a pretty good hittable spot there for her. Just not quite able to make a full connection on it. We'll bring up now the 2-1 pitch as we await it. Here it is, and that one's going to be poked. Pugh gets it. Nice job there by Carnes to scoop it out of the dirt as the throw was a little low from Ava Pugh. Will advance Mixon up to second and bring up Callie Davis for another chance at it. She smoked, absolutely smoked a double in her last AB. See if she can do something relatively close. First pitch to her, going to be high. Again, she took a little contact over here on that last out from Athens, so she might also be wanting to chance to show her a little something now. One-0 pitch. Going to be absolutely rocketed. And it's gone! Callie Davis goes ahead and adds 2 more to the board for the Mabank Lady Panthers. I mean, that was a clean shot right in front of the scoreboard. And a 4-bag trot for Callie Davis. Woo, boy. I think that's the hardest hit ball we've seen all year, regardless.
That is what you call smoked.
I mean, boys, girls, here, there, wherever. I mean, that thing was absolutely launched, and that was a no-doubter right off the bat of Callie Davis. Now a RBI double and a 2 RBI home run tonight in Athens. That is that 10-run lead that could become important later on here in the later innings of this game. Now it's going to be our pitcher going against theirs. Emery Groom steps in, takes the first pitch high. Emery has gone 1 for 2 so far tonight. Reached on a single and came across to score a run. Walked, and then was a ground out victim. Ball was low, skipped over the head of Roberts, but no harm, no foul. As no runners were on the bag. But it is now a 2-0 count. As Groom steps back in, looking to use a little bit of that fuel from that Davis home run. And she's going to pop one over, but collected at second. Nice play made. It was a good job there by Lindsay Mendez, able to just turn around and quickly make the play. Keep the drama out of it. So now 2 gone. We'll send up Emmy Barnes. Sophomore has gone 2 for 3 so far tonight with a single, a double, and a walk. And that one's going to be poked foul right in front of the Athens bench there.
Yeah, she was way in front of that one.
Yeah. Again, 2 for 2 at the plate so far for the sophomore and has that walk. So she's been one of the more productive members of a very productive offensive lineup so far here for Mabank. Next pitch going to be foul, or excuse me, just popped up. It ends up in the hands of Tinsley for an easy fly out, but may not be the biggest run total of the inning, but was definitely the biggest set of fireworks so far on the Callie Davis 2-run home run shot. Lead now up to 13-3. We've got the bottom of the 5th coming up right after this. We're going to take us a short break.
For nearly 30 years, Carrie Harris Satellite has been the Lake area's trusted satellite and internet retailer by putting the customer and their needs first. And we here at Cedar Creek Media can attest to that. I'm JD Bird with Cedar Creek Media, and we're not just partners, we're customers of Carrie Harris Satellite, and can't recommend him and his friendly team highly enough. Stop by Carrie Harris Satellite in Athens today and ask how they can get you set up with Dish, Spectrum, Starlink, Boost Mobile, and more at 103 La Costa Street in Athens, or call 903-677-9522. Again, that's 903-677-9522.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, so here we go. Important inning here for both teams, as the potential shutdown chance coming up here for the Lady Panthers. Glad me and JD decided to go ahead and check that. We were both pretty positive it was 10 runs after 6 innings, but no, it is 10 runs after 5. So if Mabank is able to have another shutdown inning here, we will have an early night, JD.
Yeah.
And if not, we'll continue play. So Athens going to be working hard to try and get it figured out here. Starting it off here for the Lady Hornets in the bottom of the inning is going to be Tinsley Tiemann. Or excuse me, Tinley. Tiemann, not Tinsley. Tinley. First pitch to her going to be low. 4-1. So Groom looking for a complete game win here. So far has got 5 strikeouts on the night. The next pitch not going to be given to her, but I'm like you. I thought that was pretty close.
That was a good-looking pitch.
Yeah. Next pitch on the way from Groom. Going to get past Mixon, but again, nobody on base, so no problems. It is a 3-0 count now, so if you want to consider that a small problem, I guess you could. But Groom's been coming back from counts like this all night. Really has done a great job of working with base runners on, so not too worried as it looks like she is going to have to start this one with somebody on first, as that will be a 4-pitch walk. That will bring up the leadoff hitter, Abby Marquez. As now, JD, I got a whole nother set of problems. It seems like the mosquitoes are starting to pop up here in Athens.
You just keep having issues tonight, huh?
I'm telling you, this is a beautiful field, great complex. Enjoy being here. It's been a great night, but the allergies and the bugs are just about ready to kill me out here tonight. I don't know what the deal is.
First pitch going to be like the last 4 she's thrown. A little low on that one.
Looks like she's ready to climb back in. Doesn't look like it's actually shaking her confidence too much. Just kind of knows she needs to get back into a rhythm here. Next pitch, going to go high. So find about the mid spot of that there, Miss Groom, and you're going to be doing okay. Looks like she was actually kind of going through her process steps in her mind, so I like that. Staying within herself, not getting upset, just working on what she can do to fix it, and then throws a beauty right there. Man, I don't know. That one looked pretty good from here. Again, we're not sitting behind the plate, but from our little side angle, that looked pretty good. So, again, going to be working from a 3-0 here. And that pitch going to be low, get past, but it will be a walk regardless. So we'll now bring up number 1, Brianna Pierce. Or, excuse me, Brooklyn Pierce. I apologize. So Pierce reached on an error and has flown out so far tonight. Runners on first and second. No outs here on the bottom of the 5th. Again, Mabank looking to get out of here early, as that is going to be tipped foul by Pierce. Again, kind of a slap, not even kind of. She is a slap style hitter. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. Going to be just outside. Evens things up, 1 apiece. Again, if Mabank is able to hold off Athens and not allow any runs to score, they can shut it down early tonight. So the next pitch from Groom, going to get past Mixon, but quickly Mixon is able to scoop up the ball. That is a big heads-up play there from the catcher, able to quickly get the ball back in her possession. Well done there. So 2-1 count now. As Groom climbs back on the rubber. Next pitch, going to be low for a ball. Count now stands at 3-1. Groom starting to show a little frustration out on the mound. Not too bad, but an out here could do wonders. Is that one going to be another walk? So 3 straight walks now for Emory Groom, and it looks like they are going to take a short break. Coach Currington heads out towards the mound, the flat circle. And again, that's another part of the reason why you I'm telling you. I don't know. They say that hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports, but I'm telling you, softball might be even that much more difficult. Yeah, the ball is bigger. It's yellow, all these kind of things. So people think, oh, yeah, sure, it'd be easier. I'm telling you, the velocity that ball is coming at you from a flat ground and from a shorter distance, I mean, some of these softball pitches, I mean, it's like trying to hit, 90, 95 from a baseball mound. I mean, the mathematics and the way that, all the physics and everything work out, I mean, it's just as difficult, if not more so, to hit a softball. So
yeah.
Let's just see what happens if Groom decides to just kind of let that defense play behind her here. Right now, it looked like she was really trying to pitch for strikeouts. Hadn't seen that much from her tonight. Just seen her kind of taking things as they go. So let's see if she goes back with more of that style approach. As first pitch here, going to be just, it is going to be a strike called to Ava Pugh. Pugh so far tonight has flown out and struck out. Next pitch going to be high. Good job by Mixon, able to snare it. Again, one run here by Athens continues this on past the bottom of the fifth. Next pitch also going to be a little high. So now 2-1. Emery ready to go back to battle, steps on the rubber, throws a beauty. It's going to be, dropped, or not dropped, but just not quite read right out there in left field. And Pugh is on her absolute horse and is able to come all the way around for a grand slam inside the park home run. So, yeah, those walks end up coming back to bite you. And only needing one run to keep it going on, they're able to pick up 4 on one swing of the bat. Closes it down to a 13-7 lead, but again, hanging on to a 6-run lead. So you're still in good position here to be able to win this ball game. Just got to buckle things down a little bit and continue what you did through the first 5. First pitch here to Tinsley. It's going to be called a strike. Mia so far has had a single and a double from the plate. Hasn't had all the luck in the world tonight so far from the pitcher's mound, but it's done a good job from the plate, as we said, as Groom now going to groove one, called a strike. So 0-2. It looks like Pugh is kind of, not Pugh, but Groom is kind of relaxed a little bit actually now. Sends in a pretty pitch. It was a good job there by Tinsley, able to just lay off of it, but beautiful spot for the situation as an 0-2. Now 1-2. No outs here. Payoff pitch coming here from Groom. Going to be a little high. So again, Groom with the 2-2. That one's going to be fouled. Watch out, JD.
Not I. Not I.
I'm telling you, I wasn't breaking my hand. I've already gone through one hand injury this year. Yeah, for anybody that's been hanging out with us, they know I already went through my hand getting all messed up earlier this year. I ain't going to do it again, dadgummit. That was kind of a half-hearted swing there, but they say she doesn't go around. And that will be a ball. So 3-2. And another foul pitch. So Tinsley battling here. Bases cleared, no outs. Tinsley in a full count. Groom trying to battle back here. Next pitch going to be smoked out to left center. Henderson going to play it off the wall, get it in quickly to marker, but play just not quite able to be made there at second base. So that will be the second double of the night for Mia Tinsley. And Athens has got themselves a rally going here in the bottom of the fifth.
Yeah, like you said, had to have one to be able to stay alive, and they are just running away with it at the current moment.
They definitely took that personally.
Yeah.
So it is going to be the first baseman, Layla Carnes, that is going to be coming up to bat here. As it looks like Coach Currington actually going to make some changes here. As it looks like Savannah Phillips is going to head off. Journey Jakeway going to head to first. Callie Davis over to third. Would imagine Phillips will be going to the pen to start warming up. So no outs, runner on second. Groom now ready to get this thing kicked back off. First pitch going to be fouled back by Carnes. Carnes so far tonight fouled out and flown out. So she's putting metal to the ball, just hadn't been able to straighten it out, turn it into a hit. Next pitch on the way. Going to be a little inside for a called ball. And back to it here is Groom. And that one going to be hit. Fernandez couldn't quite get over to it. Henderson scoops it up, eats the throw. So the run will come through as Tinsley is able to score from second base. So Layla Carnes has her first hit of the ball game, and it is an RBI single. Michaela Murray now going to be coming up to the bat. Left fielder. Had a kind of a rough night so far tonight. Had a couple of errors out in the field, struck out and grounded out so far, but has been better in the later innings. A couple of big catches out in left field for her squad. First pitch to her is going to be dropped for a bunt down the third base line, but ends up rolling foul for strike one. So 0-1 count here on Murray. Taking a little time to get set up. So here we go. Groom comes back. Pitch. It's going to skip away from Mixon. That will advance. Athens runner up another base. Carnes hanging out on second now, and a 1-1 count on Murray. The 1-1 on the way. Going to be bunted. Rolls down the third base line. Davis not able to handle it. And nobody covering back at second. So it ends up turning into a two-base bunt.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I technically put that down as a double. I guess it's really a single with the stolen base. But either way, it is a two-bagger for Murray. And it brings up Piper Palmer. Still no outs. And Athens, again, scratched across 5 runs and has 2 runners in scoring position. Runners at third and second. Palmer, first pitch is called a ball. So Groom going to have to work from a little back here. Next pitch to Palmer, going to get passed, but Mixon able to scoop it up quickly. It looks like Savannah Phillips is done with her warm-up routine, so potentially see her in the ball game at any point. Would assume you're probably going to get this at least last batter out of Groom here. And shows bunt, pulls up. It's called another ball, so 3-0. Emory Groom, again, looking to get back into this one. Takes a little bit of time, now steps back on the rubber. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. It's going to be just grooved in for an easy strike. Like to see that. Keep your head straight, keep battling. Let that defense play behind you, pitch to contact. Again, you do have the big gun in Savannah Phillips ready to come in, as that one's going to be kind of offered at and fouled back there by Palmer.
Able to get the count full there.
So Groom's got her on the hook. Let's see if she can set it here. 3-2 pitch on the way. And they're going to say it's outside. So a walk on a real close pitch. But that will load the bases up. And it looks like we are going to have a substitution here. It's Coach Currington walking over to the umpire. Let's see what the decision is going to be. So yes, we are going to get Phillips out on the mound. And it looks like Mixon also going to come in back to the dugout and start taking off her catcher's gear. Believe, if I saw right, that was number 11, Aaron Otmo, heading back behind the plate. Let's see, so Groom is now going to head out, it looks like, to left field. So we've got some changes going on here. Looks like maybe Phillips is traditionally thrown to Otmo, and that's maybe potentially what that change is about. Or no, looks like she is going to be heading out for a different position as well.
Looks like she's going in at second, potentially.
Is she at second, or she got a first baseman's mitt on? I can't see. You know me, I'm blind. I can't see from here. So, but we'll see officially here in just a second. Yep, it looks like you're exactly right. Going to be going over to second. So that leaves Jake Way at first, Marker at shortstop, Davis at third. Savannah Phillips into pitch. Otmo in catching. And Emory Groom heads out to left field. Still leaves your other outfielders there. And that is, Henderson and Barnes. So first pitch, first strike for Savannah Phillips. Is working against Roberts here. Takes a big cut and misses. So now 0-2 count. And Savannah looking to calm things back down here as Athens had an explosive bottom of the fifth inning here, staving off a elimination or an early night at least, maybe not elimination, but that pitch going to be a little off the mark. But a pretty good pitch in an 0-2 count. So 1-2 now. And again, it's the catcher, Christina Roberts, up at bat. And she's going to smash one. Marker can't quite get it. It was a good attempt. And Mabank able to get it in quickly, but 2 runs are going to score on the RBI single there for Christina Roberts. And that is now a full bat around in the inning for Athens as Tinley Tiemann, going to be coming up for the second time this inning. Still no outs, runners at first and second. 13-10 now. Mabank still on top. First pitch going to be low to Tiemann. Phillips takes the sign, steps back on the mound. Next pitch is going to be smoked. That might be gone. It is. Gone. So it is out of there. And that is going to be a 3-run blast for the 9-hole hitter, Tiemann. And that'll knot things up at 13 all here. Still no outs. And Athens going to have the opportunity to take the lead here after being down only 1 run. After being down 10 runs and only needing to score 1 run to keep the game going, but have fought all the way back to tie things up. Now, there is a bit of a conversation here as Tiemann looked like she may have potentially passed one of her teammates on the base path. So, going to be some discussion here between the field judge and the umpire. I did see it. It was really close. It looked like Tiemann may have been able to step back, but I believe it was Roberts just didn't ever take off running. I think she thought there was a chance that ball was going to be caught, so kind of stuck to her base, and Tiemann was already on her before she realized. So rather long discussion going on here.
Looks like nothing going to come from it.
Well, so yeah, they said they were both watching where the ball went. They didn't see anything. So they're not saying that it didn't happen. They're just saying they did not personally see it, so they cannot reverse the call. So it stands. Well, hey, it's better than making a call on something you didn't see. Now, of course, it hurts us now, but, you got to stick with your guns there. I kind of understand the approach. So, all right, so brand new ball game here. 13-13. Phillips looking like she is still wanting to call. Does get it now. Set and ready. That one going to be fouled off. By the way, this is the leadoff hitter, Marquez. Has a single, a double, and a walk so far tonight, so she has been perfect from the plate. Trying to keep that going for herself. 1-1 pitch, going to be tapped back to Phillips. She gets it over across, so finally, first out of the inning going to be recorded here, and maybe that'll get the Lady Panthers back on track here.
The right fielder, number 1, Brooklyn Pierce.
As you heard, number 1, the right fielder, Brooklyn Pierce, steps back in for her 4th plate appearance of the night. Second of the inning. Reached on a walk earlier this inning. Was part of that first rash of walks. First pitch was high from Phillips, so 1-0 here. She awaits the signs. Now going to come back to the rubber, get set. 1-0 pitch on the way, going to bounce in for another ball. So 2-0 now the count. Phillips back on the mound. And looked like a potential bunt there, but pulls back, and that will be ball 3. So as you saw, the whole of the Mabank infield, other than the shortstop marker, crashing in there, expecting a potential bunt. 3-0 count. Again, Mabank going to step in. That one going to get grooved right down the center. So Savannah Phillips able to get herself back in here at 3-1. One out, nobody on. Next pitch going to be hit high in the air. Jakeway steps up, makes the play for out number 2. That will bring up Ava Pugh. She had a grand salami inside the park, but regardless, was able to get around. She kind of kicked off the offense for the Lady Hornets in this inning. Now Phillips is going to have to battle with her. First pitch going to be off the plate for a ball. Two home runs actually in this inning, an inside the park and an outside the park. It's been such a long inning, I kind of forgot. That ball is going to be hit way up in the air. Careful, guys. There you go. Ends up in the hands of a couple of young fans over here. Makes the count now 1-1. Pugh trying to battle back here. Next pitch, that one's also going to be fouled. Just about the same spot. So 1-2, chance to get out of the inning here for the Lady Panthers. As Phillips awaits her signs. All right, toes the rubber. Goes into the motion and kind of falls out of her hands there. Was believed supposed to be something off speed. As the wind is starting to kick back up a little bit here. Been a pretty beautiful night. And that one going to be smashed right over the top of second base. Henderson does a good job of fielding it cleanly, but Pugh will have her second base hit of the inning. That one will be a single, and this will now be the 4th batter to bat for the second time in the inning. Mia Tinsley hit a double, ended up coming around to score a run as well. In her first appearance of the inning. First pitch to her was a called strike. There was a little bit of gamesmanship going on there between Pugh and Otmo behind the plate. Next pitch, Otmo going to try and cut down Pugh. Good backup there by Mixon. He's kind of skipped over the top of Marker's glove. But again, Mixon there. Backing up just like she was doing behind the dish earlier. So 1-1 pitch. Going to be tapped to third. Davis can't quite hang on to it. Decides to eat the throw there. Pretty smart play. But it will put runners now at the corners. And that will be the second double hit for a Lady Hornet in the inning. And a chance for another as Layla Carnes going to be coming up. Has a single so far in the inning. Mabank trying to keep it tied up here after going into the inning, up 10. And that one's going to be hit out to right center, gets down, Henderson collects it, throws over to third, and Carnes ends up all the way at second after the single. And Athens is going to take a lead here for the first time since the bottom of the first inning. And that will bring up Michaela Murphy, she had a single that turned into a double earlier this inning. Runners still hanging out at second and third, although albeit a different set of runners. So Murray has a little extra time here as Phillips stepped off the rubber. Takes a second to think things through. All right, first pitch to her here from Phillips, going to be low, bounces off the ground. And I guess they're going to say it hit her before the bounce.
Either that or if it hits her at all, it counts. So.
Okay, well, that will now send up Piper Palmer. And the 2 outs, base is now loaded. First pitch to Palmer going to be high. So Palmer and Christina Roberts are, well, I guess now just Christina Roberts, the only one who hadn't batted twice in the inning. So if you're not able to get Palmer here and Roberts comes up and is able to do something with it, you'll be going the third time through the order in one inning.
Yeah, not a great place to be.
Not ideal, yeah. 2-0 start here to Palmer. And she's going to get to be selective at the plate. 2-0 pitch. She's going to groove that one in. Well done.
They're going to say it's outside.
No. Oh, come on now. I don't understand why he's throwing strike signs for a ball. A little side kick motion always gets me thinking he's calling a strike. So 3-0 now, and that one is going to be high, so that will be a walk. The second of the inning for Palmer. That will also bring in a run and send Christina Roberts up to the plate. It's now a 15-13 advantage for Athens. I'll tell you what, while they're taking this little shorty break, let's take a little shorty break with them. We'll be right back right after this.
Golden Chick's new Golden Bowl is so big, it's a whole lot of yes and a whole lot of yum. So if you like big bowls and we cannot lie, the new loaded mashed potato bowl is a whole lot of Golden Chick, a big bowl you can't deny.
And back here to it. So now stepping in is Christina Roberts. First pitch to her is going to be dribbled down the third baseline. Davis collects, throws over to Journey Jakeway, and they get the out. So damage was done in the inning, but Mabank, even after kind of got away from a little bit there in the bottom of that fifth, they're still in an okay position here. Just down by 2 runs, 13-15. Let's go ahead and take us a short break. We'll be right back right after this here on Cedar Creek Media.
Jeff Van Horn and his team at Precision Spray Foam want to help you protect your investments and potentially lower your energy bill with a new layer of insulating spray foam for your home, barndominium, or metal building. Why choose Precision Spray Foam? Because they can help deter moisture, improve comfort and air quality, and provide extra strength to your building for years to come, all while being environmentally friendly and cost effective. Jeff and his team make installation a breeze and can retrofit for any need. Call Precision Spray Foam today at 903-880-6323. That's 903-880-6323 for your free estimate today. Precision Spray Foam, part of the Van Horn Construction family and proud supporter of Mabank Athletics.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the UIL.
All right, back to it here. So got to compartmentalize, put the bottom of the fifth out of your mind here if you're Mabank. Of course, went into the inning with a 10-run advantage, come out at a 2-run disadvantage. So not exactly what you would call ideal, but it does give you the chance to come back now. You know what I mean? And you've really been productive offensively all night. I mean, at that, you've already scored 13 runs. So all you got to do is just keep doing what you're doing, really. You know?
Well, all things considered, this is the same position that they were at the start of the second period, or the second inning, whenever they decided, you know what, let's go do this thing. So see if they can get that momentum again.
That is exactly right. It is the same deficit you had whenever you went on your big run. As Jakeway takes a big cut at that first pitch for strike one. But, yeah. I mean, it's not like you just got buried or anything like that. So, still life in this one as Jakeway going to knock one into right field. Will be collected, but a pretty good ride given to that one. So, one out now here in the top of the sixth. Going to send Haley Gherkin up to the plate. Still doesn't have a hit, but has been a productive member of the offense, reaching base twice. And that
there she goes again.
So hit by pitch there, as that will be the second hit batter by Tinsley tonight. Other one was Trinity Mixon back in the second inning. Now that is going to send Avery Henderson back up. She has had herself a pretty good night tonight. 2 for 3 officially, with a walk and a fly out, a couple of singles. First pitch going to be called a strike. So the lefty Henderson climbs back into the box. Waiting for the 0-1 from Tinsley. And that one going to be outside. Good job there by Christina Roberts to be able to wrangle it, not allow Gherkin to get extra base. 1-1 now. One gone here in the top of the sixth. Tinsley fires. Henderson thought about offering at it, but checks the swing. Strike's going to be called anyway. So 1-2. Lady Panthers trying to pump her up from the dugout. That pitch going to be well high. Evens things up 2-2 now. Henderson has been in this position, feels like pretty much all night, but has been able to battle back successfully most of the night as well. 2-2 pitching coming, going to be high again. So good job by Henderson to be able to lay off those last couple of pitches. Had to protect the plate. And does so with authority. Filled up now, 3-2. Trying to start a one-out rally here for the Lady Panthers, and going to take a big cut, but can't make contact, and that will be a strikeout swinging for her first strikeout of the ball game. We'll bring up the shortstop, JoJo Marker. Marker has struck out, walked twice, and flown out so far tonight, so officially 0 for 2. Could use a little something as she's going to slap one that ends up rolling foul down the third baseline. So Athens taking a little bit of time to bring it in here, but now Tinsley with the ball. Toes the rubber. Here comes the delivery, and that one's going to be smoked. Gets past Pugh and up to left field. It's a good job there by Murray to be able to step in, prevent it from going any further. But that is a base knock there for JoJo Marker, her first of the ball game, and it will send Trinity Mixon up to the plate. Ground out, hit by pitch, a walk, and a single so far tonight. So 1 for 2 officially. First pitch to her, going to be fouled back into the stands. Two outs, 2 runners on. Down by 2 here are your Lady Panthers. Tinsley back to the mound. Pitch going to be high. Evens things up at 1-1 here. Got Marker on first. Gherkin at second. 1-1 pitch on the way from Tinsley. Going to be tapped right back to her and able to make the play at first. So shutdown inning for Athens after exploding in the bottom of the 5th. So Mabank going to have to go back to work on the defensive side right after this here on Cedar Creek Media.
Barks Environmental Services, located on 405 West Mason Street, provides customer service-driven experience that counts. They offer erosion control services such as rock filter dams and retaining walls, soil stabilization services like hydro seeding and sodding, as well as construction services such as land clearing and subdivision maintenance. Call Parks Environmental Services, the erosion control specialist, at 214-693-8056. And for any forestry mulching needs, call Right-of-Way Land Clearing at the same number. Again, that's 214-693-8056. Parks Environmental Services, putting it down to protect your ground.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
And back to it here. Ready to get the bottom of the 6th inning going here on the Mabank Athletics YouTube page. Of course, Cedar Creek Media hanging out here with you. Appreciate you joining us here tonight. Well, it was a big lead for Mabank until it wasn't. And here is one of the reasons why. The 9-hole hitter, Tinley Tiemann, knocked a 3-run home run back there in the bottom of the 5th. And that time's going to offer for a strike. Was trying to check her swing, but couldn't pull it back quite far enough. But yeah, 1 of 2 home runs hit back in the bottom of the 5th. Hers was the one that went out of the park. So we've seen 2 out of the Parkers tonight, 1 for either side. And going to be a off-speed pitch, they say was off of the plate. Evens things up at 1-1 here. Phillips still working on the mound. Defensive set stayed the same as that one's going to be fouled back off of the netting. Phillips takes the sign. And again, signs are called differently nowadays. They're called from the coaching staff on the in the dugout, as that one's going to get inside and hit the knee there of Tiemann. So she'll be hit by the pitch and will be on base for the 3rd time in the last 2 innings. As we talked about, had that 3-run home run, also led off last inning with the baseball and balls. Now this one hit by pitch, and that will bring up the leadoff hitter, Marquez. She's going to foul back the first pitch she sees. She got a single and double. She walked last inning and grounded out. Now down 0-1. No outs, runner on first. Savannah Phillips still working from the mound. Pitch is going to be low. For a 1-1 count now. Phillips taking a second, kind of surveying the surroundings. Now comes set. And the pitch going to be tapped. She's able to collect it, throw over. Pitch going to be, throw going to be just a little offline. That will advance the runner all the way into score there, Tiemann, and that gets Marquez all the way over to third. So we'll reach on the error and take a couple of extra bases in the process. So there's another insurance run there for Athens, now up 16-13 here in the bottom of the sixth. Sends up the slap ball hitter, Pierce. She's going to take low for ball one. Athens definitely has an interesting approach at the top of their lineup. They have two lefties, and they bat them back-to-back at the 1 and 2 hole. So definitely not traditional by any means. You would try and break up your lefties, but if they're two of your best contact hitters, you got to put them in those spots, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So that second pitch, as you saw, was tapped foul. We'll bring up 1-1 now against Savannah Phillips, still working on the mound. Got a runner on third. 1-1 pitch here from Phillips. Going to be tapped, ends up foul. So now 2 strikes on Pierce. Pierce has reached on an error, flown out, grounded out, and also had a walk so far tonight. So wouldn't call it super productive, but hasn't been totally on the outs either. As that time going to get just a little piece of it. Sends it foul, but it was enough to keep the AB going. This will be another 1-2 pitch here from Phillips coming up. Pitch is on the way. Oh, they don't give it to her. Looked like a pretty good spot, but they will say it was off the mark. Evens it back up at 2-2. Next pitch, going to be outside for another ball. So filled up now, 3-2. Runner at third, nobody out. Payoff pitch coming here for Phillips. That's going to be tapped right back to her. That was a great job there by Savannah Phillips, putting herself in a good position after letting go of the pitch, able to hit or snag the comebacker there for the first out of the inning. That will bring up Ava Pugh. Had the base clearing inside the park grand slam back in that 5th inning. Really got things started for the Athens Lady Hornets. Also hit a double in the inning, so her power numbers, I guess, were pretty good.
Yeah.
There in that 5th inning. Phillips back onto the rubber here. Still has a runner at third, 1 out. 1-0 pitch on the way, going to be high for a ball. So let's see here, the 2-0 pitch. And that one's going to be fouled back. So 2-1 now the count. as the young ones out here doing a good job of making sure to shag all the foul balls. That one's going to be a worm burner. Great job there by Otmo, able to put the knee down, keep that thing blocked. So 3-1 now for Phillips. Pitch is on the way, going to be hit straight up in the air, and Otmo able to make the squeeze. Checks the runner back at third. A lot less drama than it could have been, so that will send up the pitcher, Mia Tinsley, with 2 outs. Again, Athens nursing a 16-13 lead. So it'd be really nice to be able to keep that runner off of third, as you're going to already have to do some work in the top of the 7th. As that one's going to be hit, marker collects, throws over, and Jakeway able to put the squeeze on. So after what felt like a little bit of drama building there in the bottom of the 6th, everything is okay. Just 1 run able to squirt past. So definitely need to pick up 4 runs here in the top of the 7th to keep this thing going. But our girls have got a good chance. So we'll just have to come back. We're going to take a short break, and we'll see what happens right after this.
For nearly 30 years, Carrie Harris Satellite has been the Lake area's trusted satellite and internet retailer by putting the customer and their needs first. And we here at Cedar Creek Media can attest to that. I'm JD Bird with Cedar Creek Media, and we're not just partners, we're customers of Carrie Harris Satellite, and can't recommend him and his friendly team highly enough. Stop by Carrie Harris Satellite in Athens today and ask how they can get you set up with Dish, Spectrum, Starlink, Boost Mobile, and more at 103 La Costa Street in Athens, or call 903-677-9522. Again, that's 903-677-9522.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, here we go. Top of the 7th. Mabank needing a little work to get done here. Try and keep this one going. Let's see, is it still the same arrangement? It looks like it is going to be Tinsley still out there pitching. Going to be your current pitcher, Savannah Phillips, out to lead off the inning. We know she has got a lot of power. First one's going to hit well up in the air, trailing towards right, and going to be stood up and caught there. That is number 1, Brooklyn Pierce, able to come up and make the play. So Mabank now down to their final 2 outs. Feel good about what you've got in the batter's box right now, and Callie Davis. Of course, had that big blast earlier in the ball game. 2 RBI home run to be exact in the 5th. I'll take another one of those. Now, I know you won't be able to get the 2 RBIs, but I'll take another big rip.
Yeah, get the momentum sparked back up.
I'll take it. 1-0 pitch to her, going to be low and bounce in. That will be ball 2. So 2-0. Now Tinsley sends, Davis wanted that one. That's exactly what she was trying to replicate, that big swing from back in the 5th inning.
Mm-hmm.
She had visions of sugar plums dancing in her head right there, but just doesn't quite get full piece of it. So now 2-1. And, that one's going to get well inside. Had to step back, a little bit of a brush off the plate there from Tinsley. 3-1 now the count. Let's see how Tinsley decides to approach this. and going to be high. So that will be a free pass for Callie Davis. We'll bring up Emery Groom. Groom has got a single and scored a run. Also walked and has grounded out twice so far tonight. So officially 1 for 3 with the run scored. And going to take the first pitch. She sees high. So 1-0. Tinsley back into the pitcher circle. Sets, delivers. That one going to bounce in and get past Roberts. Davis is going to be able to take it second base, standing up there. So runner now in scoring position is Callie Davis. And it is a 2-0 count on Emery Groom. .2-0 pitch, going to be inside, also gets past. Davis trying to get down to third, is going to be caught. So cut down at third base. That will be out number 2. I think Athens is thinking that's out number 3. It is not. So one more out to go here. And it is still Groom up to the plate. Even got the scoreboard guy there as he kind of started to wipe some things away. Believe the count, or I don't know what the count is, JD. I lost it. I apologize.
I do not remember either.
Next pitch is going to be a strike.
Considering the no swing on it, I'm thinking it might have been a 3-0.
Yes, 3-1 is the count. I do believe the girls in the dugout, they're more locked in than I am, and that's going to be a foul tip, caught and out. So that is the way it is going to end, on a foul catch. And Athens is going to be able to come back and fight back, hold down their own territory, and win this one 16-13. So obviously you've got a few things you got to work out here if you're the Mabank Lady Panthers, but you've got to be encouraged by the fact that you are seeing double-digit runs consistently. So the offense has definitely been there. Just maybe got a thing or two to work on the defensive side. But, again, you've got the good bones. You've got the good pieces for this team. I think there is a lot of hope and a lot of potential, especially as we start getting into the deeper rounds of district and things like that. I think the second time you see these girls from Mabank, you're going to have to really, really respect them out here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, other than that one big inning that they had, they looked rock solid all game long, both sides of the ball. So it really is just a matter of figuring out what you have to do to keep yourself out of that big inning, and when you find yourself in that big inning, what you need to do to be able to get yourself out of it.
That's exactly it. Well, all right. So, again, final from here in Athens tonight. Athens able to hold on and take home a home win, 16-13 over your Mabank Lady Panthers. We'll be back next week. Matter of fact, here, let me pull up this photo I've got here somewhere. It's got our schedule on it. So, yeah, next you will see of us will be next week, the 18th, we'll be in Van at 7 o'clock as your Mabank Panther boys baseball team will be taking on the Van Vandals there in Van. So, again, we'll see you next week. And for Cedar Creek Media, I'm Taylor Honey.
I'm JD Bird.